Welcome back to the Urban Ranch. In this episode, we're going to focus on the three large exposed beams in the house. If you recall, of the 77 pieces of steel, only three are really shown in the finished product. And you can see what Chuck and the guys are first doing here is getting each of those three large beams wrapped in plywood. They first had to fur each of them out. You can see those vertical pieces of wood there. And then they glue and screw plywood over top of that. And then what they've done over the shop here, you can see in the picture, is they've taken solid walnut strips, glued those together, and kept them clamped. Now what they'll do is they've taken each one of those beams is basically three pieces now of these glued walnut strips together. And you can see here they're first kind of test fitting one of those large sections. And you can see it takes several individuals, including the homeowner here, giving him a hand, just getting those pieces up into place. Chuck devised a pretty slick method of holding the two sides in place while then getting the bottom piece ready to install. So you can see they've glued and tacked those big pieces in, and then they'll come by with the bottom piece, put that underneath, and they're actually dovetailed together and clamped. They glue it together, and you'll see then later on here the oh, what's this? Oh, we got little Chewy here just taking just a quick lunch break, I'm sure. He'll just maybe talking to his wife there, maybe video timing with his brand new child, baby boy born just a few months ago here. Oh, oh no, I guess little Chewy's, is he taking a nap? No, he's doing calisthenics. What, he's sliding? Well, we're not quite sure what little Chewy's doing here, kids, but I'm sure he'll get back to work in no time. Oh, there we go. All right, and now we're back. So they've done on the largest of the three beams. They have the two side pieces in, and then they bring the bottom piece in and glue that in, as well as then tack it in as well with nails. You can see they have temporary kind of bracing to help hold that up there. And then there's a lot of sanding. Sanding of those joints. You want to get all that glue off of there before they then put a good couple coats of polyacrylic over top of those. Let you watch as the guys get this. Again, there's a decent amount. You can see the amount of sanding that's accumulating on the floor there from the amount of sanding that the guys are doing on all three of these. You can see a lot of attention being paid to that far side of that one pier. Now that's technically called a moment frame in the house because of the number of kind of structural pulls that are on that, not just from above, but also from the sides of the house as well. That was the original back of the house. And what Chuck and the guys were fortunately able to do was really preserve some of the original brickwork on the back of the home and do some custom cutting with that walnut piece, and we'll show you that here in just a few seconds, the finished product and how that really came out. Just really fantastic. See several guys working over the course of several days just on this one aspect of the project. So here, side-by-side view here, you can see this is the finished product, and you can see how the brick, from the original back of the house, we've remained intact, and you can see that piece of walnut that the guys did, and they scored it and cut it so that it matched that brick. Just fantastic. There's about an 1/8 of an inch gap there between the brick and that final woodwork. Couldn't be more happy, and again, really serves as kind of a nidus to help remind folks that that was the original back of the home. The addition is as after that, and there are several aspects to the interior design that really speak to The old house, the original window, the original window cutouts of the house now have those solid walnut, black walnut windows that are wrapped in aluminum on the outside, as we've talked in previous episodes. But the windows in the addition, those are also solid wood, but they're painted black. We don't want, from folks even from the inside of the house, to think that those windows or the addition was part of the original structure, which obviously was not. And this really helps kind of set that stage as well. And guys, just wrapping up on the remaining portion of getting these ready, and get a couple coats of polyacrylic on there, and they'll be good to go. Well, as usual, hope you enjoyed this episode of Urban Ranch. More to come.